Okay, so the first thing to really cover is what is a variable. And the important thing to know about variables, because they sound really computer sciencey, variables are containers. They hold things. And what do I mean by they hold things? Well, they literally hold things in the computer program. So you can think of a variable like a basket. And in JavaScript, you can put anything you want into your basket. So let's say you have some type of words or strings or characters that can go into a variable. Now, a variable can only hold sort of one thing at a time, or it can only be set to one value at a time. But here's where things get interesting. So it can be set to words, which we call strings. It can be set to numbers, like this dice. It can be set to numbers. It can be set to image references or objects. You may have seen that in the get element by ID code that we used in the first week when we were talking about trying to understand what the button and it was the area of text that we were changing. That's an object, but it can also represent a binary we call Boolean, so something that's true or false, right? So it can hold lots of different things. Some things I don't have physical examples of, but it can hold are things like arrays, which you can think of like lists. It can hold what else? URLs. It can hold all kinds of things that JavaScript has some type of native value for. And so the ones that we're going to be most interested in as we go is definitely going to be strings. So that's like words, numbers. Sometimes we'll be really interested in booleans, so things that are true, false, or 1, 0. And then the other stuff that we might be interested in are things like later in the semester, things like arrays, those lists that I was talking about, because you could have an array of arrays, or you can go really deep into this rabbit hole. But right now, let's just know that variables are containers. They can hold in JavaScript all kinds of different things. And the ones that we're most interested in are strings and numbers. Strings and numbers and Boolean.